Do you know that moment when you're fully dressed, shoes on, gym bag packed, and you're literally sat at the edge of your bed, but you just can't seem to move? Yeah, well, that's ADHD in a nutshell. Welcome to my life of trying to gym with ADHD. And honestly, it's been a bit of a journey. In today's video, I'm going to go through my experiences of trying to navigate the gym life with ADHD, the weird struggles, and going over tips and tricks that I've learned that might just help you. But before we get into it, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment, and if you want to, consider subscribing. It helps me a ton. Thank you. The planning phase. So a little bit of background. I knew that I was moving to London for a year whilst my girlfriend did her masters. And I thought to myself, well, I'm moving to London. I'm very close to a gym and it's something that I want to work on improving my body and health. And I was actually able to lock in and channel my hyperfocus into research mode on gymming. I basically planned everything out, like what muscle groups I'd work on which day, was researching exercises. I had started to watch a ton of different YouTubers and how they gym. A big shout out to Jeff Nippard. I think their work is really amazing and I really enjoy the content that they post. It's really informative and it's backed by research, which is really sound. I asked ChatGPT, and together we basically built a routine that made sense for me. And to be honest, doing that before I'd even stepped foot in a gym was amazing. It also motivated me to be excited to go to the gym, so I was far less avoidant to it. I didn't put it off like, oh, this is something I have to do, so I procrastinate. No, I actually wanted to go to the gym. But this hyperfocus really did help, and it's one of the few situations where having ADHD was a win. So I would say if you're someone who has ADHD and you're looking to start going to the gym, take some time to plan. It takes a huge amount of that mental load off, and you're able to break down and create plans that work best for you rather than just showing up to the gym and going, I'm overwhelmed now and overstimulated and I just want to go home. However, shortly after starting the gym, maybe 2 weeks after the novelty of actually going had sort of worn off, this is where I started to have some big struggles. There were countless times where I was fully dressed, ready to go, bag pack, and I'd just sit there, couch locked, frozen. I like to call it ADHD paralysis. And it's not like I don't even want to go. It's basically my brain just creating an invisible wall that I just can't cross. My body is refusing to take any form of initiative to move. You pair that with doom scrolling, it's basically a recipe for disaster. And it even felt like a demand avoidance, like my brain was basically stopping myself from going because it knew that the pressure was too high. But even being highly caffeinated, I just wouldn't find the energy to move. But I did learn some strategies to help, and the first was just set a 5-minute timer. I give myself that time to just chill and do nothing, doom scroll. And then I make my goal after that timer goes off is just to stand up. That's the only thing we're doing. Horizontal to vertical. Basically this low bar activation, you set the bar so low that your brain can't really argue with it. Then you pair that with a few micro actions like the next job is just to put my shoes on or pick up my gym bag. Or you can make it even easier for yourself by just putting your gym bag by the front door at an earlier time. So you can say, I'm just going to stand up. The next micro action will just simply be walking to the door. Maybe I'll put my gym playlist on just to kind of get myself a little bit hyped. And I'll try and make sure that everything is planned, like I've got my water bottle filled up, just so my brain can't be like, before you walk to the door, you have to fill up your water bottle. And in that time, my brain could distract me. Each tiny action isn't hard on its own, but together they start to build up momentum. And this is a term I use frequently in everything I do, is that I just don't have enough momentum, or I need to build momentum. Because once I get moving, I can go. It's just that initial first getting up and moving can be the most difficult part. And this does lead me nicely onto the motivational roller coaster of ADHD. I know everybody struggles with motivation and going to the gym, but some days I'll wake up absolutely buzzing to go to the gym. My plan's ready, I've checked that the gym is quiet, I've visualized my whole workout routine, and I'm fully hyped. In my head, I'm like, those personal bests are going to be destroyed today. And other days, I'll get to the gym, look around and go, nope, and then leave. But again, I try and do these micro actions. I try and tell myself that I'm here now. Let's just do one exercise, one set if need be. I tell myself that you've made it here, which is an achievement in itself. Let's see if we can push myself to do another little achievement, being just do a set. And once I've done that set, I'm like, I think I could squeeze in another and another. Let's try a different exercise, one that you like, so it incentivizes me even more. And weirdly, I've managed to do a full workout many times by just convincing myself. And again, talking about that momentum, sometimes I just start with all the exercises that I like, ensuring I save one to finish on, then between them I'll sprinkle in an exercise or here or there that I don't like. That way I'm spreading the dopamine load a little bit. And it's crazy how effective that has been for me. Another thing that I know really helps people with ADHD is just body doubling. Now, if you're someone who's fortunate to have friends or someone to go with or a PT, these can be huge motivating factors to do it. So if you're someone who is really struggling, or even if you don't have ADHD and you struggle, body doubling is a really great thing that you can do, is just get someone to work out with. For me, this doesn't work because I'm someone who just likes to go, listen to my music, do my workout and leave. I'm not someone who likes to do like general chit chat and things like that. Another thing that I've learned is that ADHD brains love novelty. They get bored very easily, and that can definitely impact your motivation. So I'm always trying to spend a couple of hours every couple of weeks to learn new exercises, or just watch people at the gym. Try and watch people, respectively of course, who are doing exercises that I may not have seen before. And a lot of my routine has been built by doing this. There's a lot of exercises that I really enjoy because I've learnt them from YouTube videos or just from other people, and that keeps everything fresh and exciting. Another thing that I struggled with early on was the all or nothing. I'm like, if it's not perfect, I'm not going to bother. If I can't do my full routine because it's super busy, then I'm not going to go. But now I try and tell myself that something is always better than nothing. In my brain, one exercise is always better than no exercise. But some other things that have broken me out of this all or nothing trap is just the minimum viable workout. But if I get to the gym and I feel like, oh, it's going to be one of those days, I'll just make a workout plan in my head that's really easy and simple. Bench press, incline, decline, and then cable fly. That's all I need to do today. I'll make it something that's achievable and enjoyable. Then 20 minutes later, I've done that. I've won. Brilliant. And I push myself to do another exercise. Another one is that future me will thank me. That 20-minute quick workout that I mentioned previously, future me is going to thank me for that. Because future me will be like, well, past me is a legend for just pushing myself to do that. So sometimes I'm trying to please that future me, and I'm always grateful for that. And sometimes I'm just real with myself, even on the most challenging days. Sometimes just showing up to the gym is a win in my book. There are days, very few and far between, where just getting to the gym has been such a stress, and that is all that I need. I'm then usually able to squeeze out a workout using the methods and the strategies we've discussed. And a lot of the time now, I'm able to do a full good workout, basically sneaking past my brain's resistance to doing a workout. But there are some factors that do influence my motivation still at the gym, and I think they're quite easy to navigate. The first is sensory overload and overstimulation. My ADHD senses are usually trying to sabotage me, and gyms being gyms, they are busy, they are loud, and I get overstimulated very fast. But a few things that have definitely worked, and the first being noise cancelling headphones. I know most people, if at all everybody, listens to music whilst at the gym using headphones, earbuds, because usually gym music sucks, and nobody wants to hear gym bros grunting, and I also want to drown out me grunting. But for me, they're a non-negotiable. I have cancelled many gym sessions because I get to the gym and think, I've not got my headphones. I avoid peak times. Now, most big gyms on Google will have popular times on Google, so you're able to see on which days and times the gym is at its busiest, and I basically just avoid them like the plague. I also make sure that I'm comfortable. I know a lot of people get overstimulated with different clothing, but make sure you wear something that is comfortable and you enjoy wearing. For me, I hate the feeling of cotton. Once I get too sweaty, it feels very heavy on my skin, and I don't like that, so I wear airy clothing. Another is just plan the routine that you're going to do, the equipment that you'll need, and just come up with a few contingencies if equipment in that plan is being used. So for me, if I'm like, well, I want to use the arm curl machine, but it's being used, then I know that I can try preacher curls instead. And just having these contingencies and plan just make it so much more manageable. And finally, is just to have a log, even if it's just a notepad or notes on your phone. I use an app called Strong, basically just so I don't forget what workouts that I'm doing, what I've done, and the progress that I've made. It's a lifesaver because I'm always forgetting how many reps that I'm doing, how many sets that I should do. So just having that visual reminder comes in clutch. So one of the biggest things that I would strongly encourage you to do, if you've got ADHD or not, is just make sure you take a note of your workouts, because I always forget. But that's been my experiences of gymming with ADHD, and hopefully you found some tips and tricks in there that may be helpful to you. If I've missed anything, or if you have your own strategies, please let us know in the comments. It's really great to share them with other people, because it all helps us. And again, I do really appreciate you watching. If you did like the video, do consider liking it, dropping a comment, and again, if you want to, consider subscribing. I'm going to be covering more topics like mental health, ADHD, but do stick around if that's something that's interesting to you. Again, thank you again for watching. Take care. Goodbye.